How y'all doing this morning? This morning I've got another fudge artesian candy review. Actually, this is going to be mainly fudge this morning. This is from one of my favorite candy purveyors, at least around my area, and they are one of the best, or the best, if not the best, in the country as far as just all-around candies. According to Taste of the South magazine, they were voted #1 fudge by Paula Deen magazine. They're a really, really good company. They're based out of Memphis, Tennessee, a family-owned company. Been handed down 5 generations. Dinstuhl's fine candies, y'all. It's really, really good stuff, okay? They started out in 1902 by Charles Martin Sr. It was handed down to his son, to his grandson. Now I think it's his grandson's granddaughter or grandson's wife that has it, Rebecca Dinstuhl. Like I said, it's a family-run business. She's the president of Dinstuhl now, taking really good care of things, operations there. I mean, the quality is maintained year after year after year. It's just like a 100-year-old company here, y'all. It's wonderful stuff, you know, they're putting out with great quality. They do events like the Super Bowl, Kentucky Derby. They're making candies for it. Graceland, you know, Elvis. They with the Elvis Foundation and contracted them to do a bunch of Elvis memorabilia candies and stuff like that. They've done stuff for QVC, big corporations. I'll put a link, of course, to their website on here. You can go check them out. If you want any kind of stuff done, you know, for your company or something, they can do some custom stuff. But they have tons of candies and stuff that they make. Anyway, let's kind of get down to the fudge here. So we're going to be tasting today. They have a great fudge recipe. It's made with pure chocolate liqueur. It's made with a real rich chocolate that they have available to them, smooth whipping cream, and southern pecans. It's a wonderful fudge. Another thing they pay attention to, being from the South, as well, is the heat down here. I'm going to try to keep things kind of stable in the heat. When they ship me my fudge samples, they came in this styrofoam cooler, and they even had like a little cool pack in here to keep everything cool, which the other fudge that I've gotten has been fine too. But, you know, it just goes to show attention to detail there. I thought that was really nice. You know, we've got some different fudges here that I want to try today. Let me show you. First off, we've got their pecan fudge. Now this fudge here, so this is pretty much their original or their flagship fudge here. This fudge here also, during World War II, a lot of people were buying this fudge, the little that they can make through rations, and they were sending it over to the troops. They sent some over as well. They shipped thousands of pounds to the troops up during World War II. It's chock full of nice pecans. Some really good stuff. Let's give this one a try. Look at that. See texture first. Okay, we've got, I would say, I mean, this fudge is a medium-bodied fudge. It's got a really nice smooth texture to it. You can just kind of push on it here. It's, you see here, you can kind of squeeze between your fingers. It's got some give to it. It's not too crumbly, but really good looking stuff here. Let's give it a taste. Wow, that is a wonderful tasting fudge. First thing you get is a little bit of sweet that comes in. Not too much though, not too much sweet. And then you have that real buttery velvet texture. Then you get the pecans. The pecans are excellent. Fresh pecans, you can tell these are really fresh pecans. A lot of times you're getting the candy and the pecans are broken up too much. You can tell they're kind of stale. These are really fresh. They were cracked, picked in the peak of the season. It's really good stuff. Really, really good. Not too sweet. Nice buttery velvet texture to it. Pecans A1. Really good fudge there, y'all. Really good stuff. Next one I have here, this is a chocolate covered fudge. Now, Dinstuhl is very famous for their chocolates as well. In fact, I'll tell you a little story before we get started on that one about their chocolate. When I was growing up here in Mississippi, my dad would take business trips up to Memphis, and he'd go to these big corporate deals, parties and events and stuff like that. And I remember he would bring home these little pyramids, little silver foil pyramids with a full wrapping, and they had a chocolate pyramid inside. And they were the best chocolate I'd ever tasted when I was a little kid. I remember my friends would come over and we'd have that pyramid and we'd cut it up as much as we could and everything. It was so good. I never really knew where they came from, but he said, they had them at the events and stuff like that. Well, through studying, I was talking to him about it the other night. They were Dinstuhl's candies. They still sell those pyramids if you go to the website and you'll see them. I thought that was really cool, and that was some of the best, probably the best chocolate I'd ever tasted. It was really, really good. So you need to give that a try as well. Anyway, let's get back to this fudge. So it's the chocolate covered. Okay. Chocolate covered pecan fudge. You see your couple of pecans in there. You got your chocolate. To me, this looks like almost maybe a darker chocolate. Get up here a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. You see, you got your nuts in here. You got your pecan. There we go. Still that creamy, buttery texture. Oh wow, interesting. I might taste that again. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna think of when I taste this fudge. If you're in the wintertime, you got a really, really good gourmet cup of hot chocolate. And it's got a dark, rich hot chocolate in there, but you've got the whipped cream on top. Maybe a little bit of chocolate sprinkles on there, but that really rich whipped cream. That's kind of like this one is. You take that sip of that hot chocolate, and you get that dark, rich, or milk chocolate taste, but with that dark chocolate there kind of mixed in, like a really gourmet hot chocolate. Then the whipped cream topping comes in. You get that really creamy taste. So that's really kind of how this is. You get that dark, really rich, really deep chocolate taste at first. Then you get that nice buttery velvet fudge comes at the end. It's almost like that cream on the top of that hot chocolate that you have in the winter. That is exquisite right there. That is really, really good. The chocolate covered, I would call that not really a milk chocolate so much, maybe a little darker milk chocolate. It has a wonderful taste to it with the pecan fudge there in the middle. That's a real winner. Now, on to the next sample here. We've got the no nut fudge, because it's just fudge without the nuts in it. But actually, before we do that, let's take a break just to kind of cleanse my palate here and talk about some of the other stuff they have too. They have some of the best chocolate covered strawberries you will ever have around Valentine's. Oh my gosh, they're cranking those things out. They're really, really good. You've got to try those, especially with that wonderful chocolate I was telling you about, that milk chocolate, those pyramids. They also have candy apples. They have caramel apples. They dip them in the caramel and they dip them in chocolate. Oh man, especially around the fall. They've got brittles. They do a lot of brittles, especially down here in the South. The brittles are popular because they don't melt. They're easy to travel with. They've got pecan brittle. They've got peanut brittle. They have something called a cashew crunch. I haven't tried that. I've heard it's very, very good. It's one of their top sellers. The cashew crunch is really good as well too. Anyway, I was just kind of opening the door for you to let you know there's a lot more things here at Dinstuhl's than just fudge, but their fudge is fantastic. Let's go to the plain fudge now, the no nut fudge. Okay. We can see here, we've got that nice fudge here in the center. Wait a minute, I believe I was mistaken on the packaging here. This is not just the plain fudge. This fudge has actually got milk chocolate around the outside, okay? This is, I'd opened several things here instead of out on the cutting board. So this is their fudge covered in the milk chocolate. Try this one. Well, we got a lot of things to try here. It's great. Oh, wow. Okay. That was just like, on the outside at least, just like that pyramid I used to have as a little kid. It had that nice milk chocolate, their famous milk chocolate there on the outside, and of course that nice buttery fudge on the inside. That was really, really good. But I love this one with the darker chocolate on the outside. Much more of that real robust contrast. This is good, don't get me wrong, but this one right here, wow, that's exquisite. So now let me go get that plain no nut fudge. Okay, so my plain fudge came in like a whole big cupcake thing. Just opened up this other half and just took a little piece out of it. Because, you know. So here's a little chunk of the plain fudge. Very good. Very good. One of the things I like most about that fudge is that texture. There's a real buttery smooth texture there to that fudge. That's some wonderful stuff. Let's talk just a little bit more in closing here about the company. Dinstuhl's about, you know, like I said, they're 5 generations, you know, family owned, operated company. Been there in Memphis for over 100 years. It's a wonderful place and very personable. Like I said, the president, Becca here, you know, she gave me her card and all. I mean, she called me. I talked to her on the phone, everything like that. Very, very nice people, you know, very nice. Oh, another thing that we talked about is with this fudge is not only can you just eat the fudge like we've been sitting here eating it now, is you can actually, with their fudge, if you add just a little bit of milk, a little bit of heat, you can melt it and make some of the best ice cream topping ever. I might try that after a while. Just melt it down and it makes a wonderful ice cream fudge. If you don't eat the fudge, you know, within a week or so, you can freeze it as well. You know, that's something, what you need to do is you need to take it, they say you wrap it in a wax paper so it won't stick to each other, put it in another like little Tupperware thing, put it in the freezer. I think you can freeze fudge for maybe 3 months, maybe more, I don't know. But I know you can freeze it. Also, Dinstuhl's is their kosher certification, so, you know, if that's of interest to you, they have that going on for them. I mean, it's just a really good company. So, like I said, these are excellent fudges. I liked every one that I tried. My hands down favorite, though, I'm going to have to say, my personal favorite is the pecan fudge covered with the darker chocolate. To me, that is just awesome. I mean, so complex. Before we go today, I'm going to go ahead and kind of show y'all a little bit, just demonstration of how I would melt down some of that fudge fresh. I've got a small skillet here. I'll add just a touch of milk. Something just to get a little bit of liquid in there. Something about like that. Maybe a little bit more. But you can always add more. I'm just going to heat that just right over this burner. Keep moving on. You don't want it too hot. You just want to heat it till it's just simmering. You got a simmer here. You want to take your fudge. I've sliced it up just like this. And when you're doing this, you're going to pretend like you're just making butter. I mean, not making butter, melting butter. See there, I see that's just a little bit too much milk for this amount of fudge. I'm going to pour some of that off. There we go. See, I just need a little bit, and I'm not going to even really put it over the direct heat that much. Just kind of put it on there for a second or so. We'll just stir this around. We barely need any milk to this. If you want thicker, I'd use a little bit less. But it melts very quickly, and you don't want to just sit there and burn. And see, now I'm taking it up off the heat. I'm just stirring here. I'm going to turn my heat off, actually. Look at that. That is nice. Nice little caramel sauce. Look at that. Like I said, just pretend that you're melting butter. So that's about the consistency. You might want a little bit thicker. This is, I'm going to show you. Actually, let me get a wooden spoon. Show you how this stuff looks. Let's get some of it up here on this wooden spoon. See, that's what you're looking for with that nice chocolate syrup. Now, that's not syrup, that's chocolate fudge, folks. It's not even really too hot. No, this will be excellent too. You want to melt this down, put it in a little double boiler or something, set it in a hot pan on the table and use it like a fondue. Dip your marshmallows in it. Eat down like that. It would be excellent. Excellent little dipping sauce. But like I said, I was just showing you a little versatility with the fudge. Great company, Dinstuhl's. Great fudge, candy, everything. Thank y'all.